because I don't
Okay,
have
so
a conflict of interest.
Dr. Styurm at the Health Sciences Center with his two,
Graduate students.
that's what I meant to say. And here we go. So now you're using your sensor on your head while you walk with the gait and cadence. This is pretty neat, actually.
Is the FSA going? There you go.
FSA.
So we're
Okay,
getting
so-
those footprints.
So what can you tell from that heel?
FSA?
What can you tell from that strike that is of interest to you?
So what we're going to get from that, we're going to get at what's called the full spatial temporal gait analysis. So we're going to get, in 1 minute, 2 minutes, we'll get 40 to 80 consecutive steps. Okay?
Yes.
And in that 2 minutes, he's going to be engaged in a variety of visual motor and visual spatial cognitive activities. And because we're using digital media, we can give him any type of cognitive
And he
activity
is using this headpiece right here
to control the cursor.
to control the cursor.
So we give him information, and there's our outcome measure.
So
So
he,
he's just finished a game, a 60-second game, and that's his cognitive performance,
yes.
and this is his physical performance.
Now, what would the physical performance be based upon? Like
Okay,
strokes
so-
per, like steps per minute, or?
No, we get step length, step width, step time, swing time, single support time, and we take the average of 60 steps, so we take the coefficient of variation of all the spatial temporal gait variables. So it's a gait right on a treadmill.
Okay, so with regards to where the heel strikes and the toe strike, what's the relevance
You could do that if you're looking at orthotics. If you want to do dynamic orthotics, this would be the way to go,
Okay,
not static orthotics. So
okay.
we at one time we did this for diabetics to look at where their pressures were during heel strikes.
And so you're using the sensor on your head
To control,
to control the cursor on the bottom to hit the soccer
Yeah.
ball.
but very, very sensitive. So we can drive the system at a pixel level resolution.
At a pixel level resolution. And for a layman, what does that mean?
That means you can play any computer game, anything,
So you're
anything
only,
that exists.
you're only as good as the TV, though.
What
Monitor.
does that mean?
Well, no, they got some.
I can get a 1080p.
All right, it's really cool. So tell me how you use.
Okay, now go to Big Fish.
So how do you now?
Get a good one. Sorry.
So now there's a lot of graphs in there. How do you?
Okay, so what we're doing is we're giving him about we're giving him a random set of cognitive activities. So in that game of 60 seconds, he has a game event every 2 seconds. So we're getting 30 cognitive game events from him. So we give him some instruction. The game gives him game obstacles or
Right.
game objects,
Right.
and he has to do something with them
Right.
every 2 seconds.
And so now
we
they're-
record his movements and all the game object movements. So we get 30 cognitive activities assessed in 60 seconds. Those graphs tell you his performance, his success rate, his cognitive performance, his response time, his execution or movement time, his planning time, his precision, his error rate, his movement variation in the cognitive domain.
Now we're using the Vista sensors underneath which you pointed out to me, is wrapped into the Teflon
Yeah, so
And-
this is what we call a skin.
skin, yeah, and it's just put merely under the under the treadmill.
The belt goes over the skin just as though it would go over the metal, just as well as goes over the metal.
And just because I want to make sure that I'm going to keep these in like 4 or 5 minute segments, so just to wrap this first segment up, we'll do a bunch. But Dr. Tony Styurm, so how do you use this information on a practical basis to be
Okay, so we do two things. We can do a full assessment of their. The other thing about this data, we can take the center foot pressure data and parse it and we've developed a gait stability measure.
Okay, okay.
So we got a motor coordination measure and a gait stability measure, a very complex data analysis that we use. So we can tell you their performance level, their gait, their stability, and their dual task performance. So now we use it for treatment. Really, we want to lead with a treatment program.
Okay.
But if you're going to treat somebody, why not embed the assessment into the treatment?
Very cool. Dr. Tony Styurm at the University of Manitoba. I'm wrong on that, at the Health Sciences Center in Winnipeg.
And now we're playing our treatment games, which are standard computer games.
Very cool. Hash out.